Hey, can we do a favor here? Can we stop making men the bad guy? Can we take off their black hat just for a minute? I know we love to think that guys are just terrible at communication, terrible at listening. But what I want to talk about in this video is maybe that's a bad story. Maybe that story isn't working for us. Because when I think of my partner as being bad, it puts us in this adversarial relationship, which isn't so helpful in creating communication. So what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about seeing our communication styles, seeing men's communication style different, and maybe helping you guys both understand what it is you guys really want in your communications. So, if you want to better communicate, check out this video. Hi, I'm Brett, your favorite shrink, and welcome back to My 5 Minds. This is where we're learning a new psychology, a new neuropsychology called systems with a P. And what systems is about helping you do more, be more, and feel better by understanding how things work interactively. Today we're focusing particularly on the systems, the interpersonal systems in your life, your relationships. Most of the time, a lot of times we focus on the intrapersonal systems within your brain, but there's also external systems. And today, particularly like we promised, we're going to talk about communication, because communication is key to having a good relationship. And unfortunately, in our communication, we end up blaming the bad guy, the guy, because somehow it must be his fault, because he doesn't know how to listen. Well, we're going to get through that myth by looking at things a little bit differently. I want to help you look at how communication's breaking down because you guys are headed in two different directions. That's why you're not communicating. That's why your partner's not able to really hear you and listen to you, because he's focused one way and you are focused a different way. Let me tell you what I mean. So imagine for a minute, you and I are going on a walk. You're walking towards the house, okay? You're moving towards the house because that's your ultimate goal. Intimacy, relationship, home connection, right? Well, I thought we were walking that way. And so I'm walking away from the house because I thought we were going somewhere different. Because we're headed in two different directions, what commonality do we have? What way do we have to connect in our communications? I'm going somewhere different than you're going. And because we're going in two separate directions, of course, the communication is going to fail. Because we're not on the same page. Now let me break it down a little bit more and see if I can explain it. What are the two different directions we're going? Well, what I want you to do is I want you to think for a minute, what's your goal? Why do you want to communicate? Why do you want to share anything? Your hurt, your frustration, your disappointments, your life. Why do you want to share? What is your goal? I hope is the answer is obvious. You want to share your life with your life partner because you want to create a connection, right? You want to connect. And you and I know that the best way to connect is by sharing hard things. If we only share surface things, superficial things, it's only a superficial relationship. But if we want to create true and real intimacy, we need to be true and real. And that means talking about hard things. So the ultimate goal for women, most of the time, is connection and intimacy. Make sense, right? You can buy that. What's the goal for guys? Why are guys focused in a different direction? Well, again, I want to get the story of that they're bad or they're dumb or they don't know how to communicate. I want to throw that story away. It's a bad story because it's not useful. Let's look at a new story. What's Guy's focus? Well, he heard you complain. He heard you upset. He heard you frustrated. He heard you stressed. And he heard you struggling with something that wasn't working for you. And so his thinking is, oh, this is about that. It's perfectly logical to a guy. You said you're upset about the dishwasher and not having it loaded. So obviously, to a guy, the conversation's about the dishwasher and how it didn't get loaded, right? What else could it be about? To a guy's thinking, that's what the conversation's about. So he's focused on how do we change, fix, resolve, deal with something that's upsetting. And your goal is how do we connect? How do we talk about hard things so we can create more intimacy in our relationship? Get rid of the things that are dividing us. So he's headed at fixing, you're headed to intimacy. That's why you guys are walking two different directions. And that's why the communication isn't happening. That's why he's not listening to you. Because he's not hearing that you're sad, you're hurt, you're lonely, you're disconnected. He's hearing you're bad, you screwed up, you're in trouble, you're a bonehead, you're that bad guy, you got that black hat on. And of course, he's going to want to resolve that image because he thinks that's the image that's not working. Now, how do we change that? Well, I want you, one, to go back to the video that we did. I also call it your marriage vowels. A-E-I-O-U. The A in the marriage vowels is ask. And that's where you need to begin. If you're feeling disconnected, if you're feeling hurt, if you're feeling frustrated, I need you to ask for what you need. Hey, honey, I'm going to role play it for you for a minute. Hey, honey, can I talk to you about something? I'm feeling kind of disconnected in our relationship. I'm feeling hurt. The other day, blah, 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 blah happened. And it left me feeling hurt. And what I want to do is I want to talk about that hurt with you so I can feel connected with you again. We need to say up front in our ask what it is we're looking for, what it is we need. And because this is a pattern that you've done forever, I'm going to guess that the guy's not going to hear it. Not the first time, maybe not even the second and third time. And he's going to go right into defense mode and he's going to try and talk about what's wrong or who's wrong and not what's wrong. We did a video on that too. Make sure you check that one out. Help him. Don't make him the bad guy. Don't make him wrong. Tell him, hey, honey, I'm not criticizing you. I don't want to tell you that you did something wrong. What I'm trying to tell you is I'm hurt. I'm upset. I'm frustrated. That's the O part of our marriage vows. O is clarifying that it's not about the other person. So they'll get defensive, they'll react, and that's okay. That's expected because they're in a pattern. Bring them back, dial them back, and let them know what your real and true agenda is. I want to connect with you again. I want to feel loving towards you again. I want to feel close to you again. What guy would not get on the same page with that? Because that's what they want too. Make sure that that's clear in your ask. Make sure that's clear in your focus. All right, homework assignment for you this week. You always get homework. I want you to go and practice. I want you to go practicing asking what it is you truly want, which is connection. You don't want the blame game. You don't want to get in the right fight. You want to talk about connection. All right, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to learn more, about your interpersonal and your intrapersonal systems, subscribe. If you like the video, please like the video. Make some comments. I want to hear what you're thinking. If you want to learn more, make sure you subscribe. And again, I'm Brett, your favorite shrink, and you've been watching My 5 Minds. I'll talk to you soon.